Thank you, Jean. It is a great day for me today at Newport. I'm the first time here at the Newport, and I think it's a lovely city, just great.
Sports and controversies are inseparable, aren't they? Every great athlete, no matter their achievements, faces moments that cast shadows over their legacy. Not even the legendary tennis star, Jan Kodeš, whose skill and determination turned him into a superstar, could escape this. The 1973 Wimbledon boycott, which saw Kodeš crowned champion, sparked debates and raised questions about the tournament's fairness and meaning that year. But an even deeper scar appeared with the revelation of his alleged collaboration with the Czechoslovak Secret Police. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe. In 1973, Yan Kodes captured the Wimbledon title, but the journey was anything but typical. That year, many of the world's top players decided to boycott the tournament, taking a stand against what they saw as unfair treatment of Yugoslav player Niki Pilic, who had been suspended by the International Tennis Federation. For these players, missing Wimbledon was a statement against a system they felt was unjust. But Kodes saw things differently. He chose to compete despite the absence of many big names on the court. To him, the boycott didn't make sense because Wimbledon itself hadn't been involved in the decision to suspend Pilic. In Kodes's view, the tournament shouldn't be the place to make a protest about another organization's decision. Still, his choice wasn't without backlash. Some critics thought he was wrong for participating, especially when so many others were standing in solidarity with Pilic. Yet Kodes remained firm in his belief that the tournament should go on and athletes should play. And while it might have been a contentious decision, winning Wimbledon that year became the defining achievement of his career. For Kodes, it was proof that he belonged at the top, even if the circumstances around his victory were complicated. The win was his, but the debate about his choice lives on as part of his legacy. But this wasn't the only challenge Kodes had to face in his career. It's surprising, isn't it? You'd think that once you reach that level of fame, things would be easier. It's almost hard to believe that someone with so much talent and determination had to constantly navigate tough situations and public scrutiny. In 2011, a new scandal took over the spotlight in Jan Kodes's life. Files were uncovered that hinted at something no one saw coming, documents suggesting that Kodes may have provided information about his fellow player, Ivan Lendl, to the Czechoslovak Secret Police during the 1980s. Lendl, who had defected to the West and was making waves in the international tennis scene, became a focus for the authorities. And, according to the files, they believed they could use an imagined rivalry between Kodes and Lendl to gather details about Lendl's life and activities abroad. But here's the twist. Kodes firmly denied ever having collaborated with the secret police. He stood by his innocence, stating that he had never betrayed his fellow players, especially not Lendl. Yet the story was out there, and it spread quickly. Fans, journalists, and the tennis world were left wondering, could there be any truth to these allegations? Though Kodes continued to defend himself, the damage was done. His reputation took a hit, and this new controversy cast a shadow over his celebrated career. It was as if the past had returned with a whole new chapter, and this time it raised unsettling questions about loyalty, rivalry, and the pressures of living in a world divided by politics. Despite all the controversies that surfaced over the years, there's no denying that tennis hasn't seen a player quite like Jan Kodeš in a long time. He wasn't just another player, he was a true competitor, someone who left everything he had out there every time he played. Kodes's career wasn't just about a few big wins. He achieved extraordinary victories all over the world, from Santiago and Viña del Mar in Chile to São Paulo in Brazil. He also triumphed in St. Petersburg in the United States and even Beirut, showing his global reach. In Paris, he clinched a major victory at the historic racing club, and back home in Czechoslovakia, he became a three-time winner of the CSSR in Bratislava. Kodes's career had some truly iconic moments, with his greatest successes coming on the red clay of the French Open. He won the singles title there not just once, but twice in 1970 and 1971, proving his mastery over the demanding surface. Winning back-to-back titles at Roland Garros put him in an elite group of champions and marked him as one of the best clay court players of his time. However, Kodes didn't stop at clay. He took his skills to Wimbledon in 1973, where he captured the title on grass, a very different surface. His Wimbledon win was historic, though it came with its own set of controversies. That year, many top players boycotted the tournament in protest over the International Lawn Tennis Federation's ban on Nikola Pilic. Despite the boycott, Kodes powered through the tournament to claim one of the sport's most prestigious titles. Though he never played at the Australian Open, Kodeš came close to winning another major title at the US Open, where he was a runner-up twice in 1971 and 1973. His skills, consistency, and determination earned him a career-high ATP ranking of world number 5 in September 1973, a remarkable achievement in an era filled with talented players. In the Open era, he captured 9 top-level singles titles and added 17 doubles titles to his record, making him one of the sport's most consistent and versatile players. Kodeš was equally impressive in doubles, teaming up with several partners over the years. Alongside Jaworski, he won in Bratislava. With Jan Kodes, he scored wins in Lyon, Hilversum, Macon, Pittsburgh, Caracas, Istanbul, Beirut, and Split. With Pala, he took the titles in Luxembourg and Zaragoza, and with Rodriguez, he captured victory in Viña del Mar, Chile. In each of these tournaments, there were at least 32 players competing, making them as competitive as today's ATP Tour events. Yet because the ATP Tour didn't exist at the time, these victories aren't officially recorded in the ATP yearbooks. For his contributions to tennis, Kodeš was honored with induction into the International Tennis Hall of Fame in 1990, joining the ranks of the game's greatest legends. And in 2013, he received the Czech Fair Play Award from the Czech Olympic Committee, a testament to his sportsmanship and dedication. Outside of tennis, Kodeš also excelled academically, earning a degree in economics from Prague University.
It's a lot of things about Czech tennis, what happened.
Yes.
You know, there is a story about Martina Navratilova, story about Ivan Lendl, story how I grew up, you know. So it's actually
In the book A Journey to Glory from Behind the Iron Curtain, written by Peter Kohler and Jan Kodeš himself, his record is laid out in detail. The stats are impressive: 25 singles titles, 27 finals appearances, 32 doubles titles, and 29 doubles finals. Not only that, but he also qualified for the Grand Prix Masters tournaments, now known as the ATP Finals, 5 times from 1970 to 1974, competing in Tokyo, Paris, Barcelona, Boston, and Dallas. Kodeš's career wasn't just about one tournament or one year. It was about consistent excellence and the drive to compete against the best across the globe. Kodeš achieved what many players only dream of. His victories showed his skill, while his choice to compete during the Wimbledon boycott and the later revelations about possible ties to the Czechoslovak Secret Police added layers of complexity to his legacy. Yet despite it all, the wins, the controversies, the debates, Kodeš's impact on tennis remains undeniable.
I would like to mention also that it's very important, and it was a great idea to establish International Hall of Fame, which is so important to all the tennis players in the world.
Inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame and honored for his sportsmanship, he is remembered as one of the fiercest competitors of his era. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this look into Jan Kodeš's incredible journey, don't forget to like and subscribe to Tennis Court Icons, and stay tuned for more stories from the world of tennis.